constantly trying to figure out how to morph blues with other genres. When I wrote Mother, I wanted to talk about my struggles of being a mom.
And you basically said, the past couple albums, I've been compromising my blues. This album's gonna be all blues.
It's the best thing I've ever done with my life.
This is your publicist sent me an email because you've got a new EP coming out on Friday. And he sent me this quote, which was, throughout her career, ZZ has balanced blues and other genres, but felt pressured to compromise her roots until recently. And the new record I was listening to, very blues heavy. Who is pressuring you to compromise your roots, though? Is it the fans? Is it the industry? Like, who's making you feel like you have to compromise something?
Not the fans. Not the fans, the industry. Industry for sure. I think when I moved down to LA in like 2011, like I was coming out of the blues, but like, you know, it was like I was constantly trying to figure out how to morph blues with other genres of music that I like. You know what I mean? And so I was just always trying to keep the blues alive and bring the blues in a way to my fan base. Like if you go back and listen to my stuff, even like Lil Darlin', which was on my album in 2012, is blues. But I think there are ways that I was trying to like kind of like pepper it in that was acceptable to the industry. That's how I felt. So,
but did you feel like you were trying to make it acceptable to the label that you were on, Hollywood Records, or like who did you feel like the industry was that you were trying to appease to?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's it's not just like one group of people. I think that it's trying to be accepted, trying to be looked at like, you know, people want a way to take the blues, a type of genre that's been around for so long, and keep it fresh and bring it to people and still get them excited about it, you know? So it just depends. And at this point in my career, I feel the confidence to do that.
Do you ever wish that you were playing in a sandbox that typically was more mainstream, even though the blues has had these moments where it's really penetrated? Do you ever wish that blues was just a little bit more of a mainstream genre and that maybe, you know, then you could be on mainstream contemporary top 40 radio? Not that you can't be now, of course, but do you ever think about that and go, God, I picked this genre that can be hard to break into, or not break into, but, you know, have, you know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I think for me, I really like don't think about it that way. And it's probably for the best, right? Like I definitely know a lot about like touring and making music and stuff like that. So I do have a business hat on my shoulders in a way. But I love the blues. I love that genre of music. So when I'm making music that I'm excited about, I don't think I necessarily go like, man, I wish more people listen to the blues. I think sometimes people are like, you know, they'd have to tell me like, you know, blues is like a smaller genre, right? And I'm like, what it is? I don't know. I don't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Think about it like that, you know? Like I remember when the Black Keys were putting stuff out and it was like, I was listening to the Black Keys when I was in college and I was like, these guys are amazing. And then suddenly they became mainstream. And it's because their music was amazing. It wasn't necessarily because it was like, you know, oh, okay, well now the blues is having a moment. Like, so I'm gonna do it. It's like their stuff was awesome. People were catching on. So if my stuff is awesome and it's blues and then people catch on more, that's what I want.
So you went into the studio for this EP with Ryan Breaker, and you basically said
Ryan Spraker,
Ryan Spraker, and you basically said, look, the past couple albums, I've been compromising my blues mentality. This album's gonna be all blues. And then what? You just start writing blues songs that really lean into the genre. Was that kind of how it happened?
Sort of. I mean, I didn't say it. I don't think I said it exactly like that. I think I more was talking about like, in a way, yes. But I guess I was more saying to Ryan, like, Ryan, I really want to lean further into my roots of the blues and what I grew up listening to and loving and what really suits me very well, what I feel comfortable in. And I want to work with somebody to make this new music that loves it. Because I don't want to, you know, I've gone into the studio many times over the years where people don't want to do stuff like that. They want to push you this way or push you that way. And so it was really important to find somebody that really had the right vibe to create an environment of music, a sonic environment that was what I wanted to do. And I felt like Ryan was that person. I had written with him at a writing session before, and I had a feeling he really had like he had a lot going on there with his knowledge of the blues, his knowledge of roots music and soul music. And we geek out, it's like I go over to his studio and he's showing me something that like he's showing me some old videos on YouTube of like some soul stuff or some it's like it was a perfect fit for moving more into the blues for me with working with Ryan.
Why did you re-recorded put the gun down on the CP? Why you love this song? Is this you can't play a show without playing this song, right? Because and is that why you put it on the CP? You thought it's been, a long, we put the song out a long time ago. Let's revisit it. Is that why it's back on the EP?
Yeah, I think it was like I picked a couple tunes that I really felt like I had to be careful because not every song could be done multiple ways, especially a song like Put the Gun On. It's such a good song the way it was already done. So you really have to be like, you have to be thoughtful about like what songs you're going to take and like reimagine, right? But I think that Gun, it just lent itself for me to try it a different way. So, and I'm really excited about bringing it into this new world that I'm kind of going into.
I mean, there are some serious blues songs on this album, like Mother.
There's some what songs?
Some serious blues songs on this album, like Mother, which has been out for a minute, but like this can't really be how you feel about being a mother, or maybe it is, or maybe it's a side of how you feel. Like what's going on with this song?
Yeah, it's a side. It is. It's not like the entirety of how I feel every day. It'd be a terrible mom, right? But it's a side of how I feel. And I'll tell you what I learned about the blues growing up was that it's no bullshit. You know what I mean? The blues is talking about struggle, it's talking about pain. And I can't, I don't have the same struggle as a lot. Obviously, it's a lot of artists coming out of like the blues, right? Like early influential artists coming out of the blues. I can't say that I have the same struggles as them, but I have my own struggle. And so when I wrote Mother, I wanted to talk about my struggles of being a mom, not the beautiful, lovely, inspiring side of the being a mom. That's not what the blues are. For me, the blues is that pain, is that suffering. So that's what I tried to kind of capture in that was that like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? This is insane. Like this is 24/7. It doesn't stop and it's hard. And that's what I wanted to talk about in that song.
God, do you ever feel that way though? What did I get myself into? This is too much. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. But the weird thing is, like, at the same time, like, it's the best thing I've ever done with my life.
Well, don't
like
you have to say that though? I mean, you can't not say that. I mean,
no, you don't have to say that. There are people that give their kids up for adoption. Like, you don't have to say that, right? I think that I genuinely feel that way. It's the best thing I've ever done with my life. Like, I like the love that I have for my son, for Ezra, is like no love I have ever felt in my life. And everything I've gone through physically, emotional, like physical pain, like emotional, like overwhelming stress, all of it, it's all worth it to feel that love. And it's the same thing in a way, it's different, but it's the same way with like a relationship, right? Like when you hit it off with somebody and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But like, damn, it hurts when things aren't going right. Like it's just like the ups and downs of life, But so I don't think you have to say that, no, but I do feel that way.
Where is the part of your life where you pulled the song "I Have No One" from?
Yeah, I heard that song and I was just like, God damn, like this song is incredible for one. I really wanna cover this song. And then for me, like where I pull that emotion from is like, I mean, you know, I'm a private person. I never like tell everybody exactly what's going on in my life. You'll listen to my music and you'll be able to pull whatever stories you pull out of it and make assumptions of what my life is. But I definitely can speak to feeling like I have no one at sometimes in my life when I'm upset about something or I'm going through something and I, isolate and feel like that. Right. So, and I think a lot of people do. So yeah, but to honor that song, you really have to find that place, you know?
But that was something that you really felt connected to, or you had heard that song and you thought, God, that would be a great song to record and put out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I still love it now. It was like when I had to really kind of pick one song off of the EP that I really felt penetrated me the most. It's that song. There's something about that song.